Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and receive. Welcome. Welcome to your 10-minute morning send-off designed to support you in starting your day, ready to receive what you most want by unlearning struggle. So, today we are going to talk about lack. Lack. It's a very common human experience. And today's card is Soothe Your Sense of Lack. So if you don't know me, my name is Sonia Miller, and I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author. And for those of you who have been coming to Rise and Receive every morning, you'll probably notice that I have a very different environment today. So where I am is I'm at the home and studio of David Anderson. He is an artist and my co-retreat facilitator. He's also my partner in crime for brainstorming with all things creative. We really enjoy supporting each other with our creative endeavors. And so David has been the key person I've been bouncing off ideas regarding the creative aspect of developing the new Receive card deck that I'm using for Rise and Receive. So if you're new here, the Rise and Receive send-off that I do every morning is an opportunity for you to connect with receiving principles that allow you to unlearn struggle and open up to the experience of receiving, which is actually the most natural thing in the world. And yet it's kind of I think of it as a forgotten paradigm, or almost like a lost art. And so what we do here is we explore how to receive. And we also explore how it is that by unlearning struggle, because most struggle is learned, receiving simply happens. So I'm going to stick to my usual format regarding pulling one card from the Receive deck, reading it to you, unpacking this receiving principle, and then sending you off on your day with a willingness mantra, which is designed to invite all kinds of kindness from life and abundance that is right here, right now, which is the true nature of life itself. So I'm going to do that to honor the 10 minutes. But if you're interested to learn more about retreats and David's artwork, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end. I'm actually here because he just had nose surgery. And so I'm here to help soothe the recovery process and provide support. And so he's having an opportunity to practice receiving, and he's not very good at it. He will admit that himself. So it's a great opportunity to keep practicing what I preach and, just being a ripple in my pond, or the pebble in my pond that sends out ripples. So here we are. And today's card is Soothe Your Sense of Lack. So if you struggle with lack, as I said, this is a pretty human experience. I really believe you're going to get a lot of value out of today, and I invite you to sit back and let these words wash over you. Okay? Soothe your sense of lack. Lack is not a fact. Lack is a feeling. It is the feeling you feel in your body when you believe the thought that you require more than you're currently able to access. This bears repeating. Lack is the feeling you feel in your body when you believe the thought, I require more than I'm currently able to access. This means that when you experience a sense of lack, you are dealing with feelings, beliefs, and thoughts. As long as you relate to lack as if it's a fact, you will struggle. Yet as you understand that your feelings, thoughts, and beliefs manifest your experience, you reclaim more and more of your power when you experience lack. We start by remembering this premise. What you resist persists. What you receive reveals new possibilities. Resistance occurs when we attempt to change, fix, or control what is here. However, when you receive feelings, beliefs, and thoughts with compassion, they will move on through. The next time you feel lack, Notice, stop, and own the experience. Take a breath and say to yourself, I'm struggling with lack. Awareness is the first step in receiving. Next, let the entire experience be here. Breathe into the feelings in your body. Let the feelings be here with compassion. Let the thoughts and beliefs be here by naming them. I believe I don't have enough. I believe I need to drum up business. I believe I have no friends. I believe I am alone. I'm afraid I'll be homeless. Be still. Breathe all of this in. Exhale love and compassion. Breathe it all in again. Exhale love and compassion. As you allow the feelings, beliefs, and thoughts to be here, they will move as you allow them safe passage. And as you feel more spaciousness, ask yourself, above all else, how do I want to feel? Remember, your mind will tell you lack is a fact that you must fix or control. This resistance will cause lack to persist. However, when you remember that lack is a feeling and you invite instead the feeling you seek, you will become able to receive new possibilities. Quite often, what we seek when we struggle with lack is to know that we are loved and cared for. So with that, here is your willingness mantra. I am willing to see and feel all of the ways that I am loved and cared for. I am willing to see and feel all the ways that I am loved and cared for. So if you are currently struggling with a sense of lack, I invite you to come back and listen to this again. Okay, let the words go deeper and deeper, and definitely practice this willingness mantra. I am willing to see and feel all of the ways that I am loved and cared for. It's really amazing when you start to look at what is happening for me when I'm feeling lack. Most of us are so reactive to it. We're gripped by it, okay? Our minds immediately start to collect evidence for all of the things that we think we don't have. We project into the future about what's going to happen. Okay, there's this entire reality that occurs in our heads that lack is usually just fiction. It really is fiction. So you want to open up to the possibility of seeing how it's actually a feeling, it's based on thoughts and beliefs, and as you realize it's actually not a fact, then you can start to open up to where your power lies in soothing the lack. Okay? Feelings, honoring the feelings, letting everything be here is so important because all of that illusion that occurs in our heads starts to dissipate. And then as that space opens up, you start to be able to see and receive what is actually here. So one of the things that this card highlights is actually something that I go into great depth in my book, The Attraction Distraction, Why the Law of Attraction Isn't Working for You and How to Get Results Finally. In that book, there's a whole chapter on harnessing the power of your emotions, and I teach 3 feelings processes. One of them is called the breath method, which is actually an adaptation from Tonglen meditation. And what we usually do when we feel fear, anxiety, and often very connected to lack, is that if we're in touch with a feeling and we do breathe, we're trying to get rid of the feeling. So we breathe in and get rid of that feeling, get rid of it. And what that does is it's actually the energy of resistance, and what you resist persists. But if you can receive the feeling and you breathe it in, and then exhale love and compassion, and you breathe it in and exhale love and compassion, it will move, it will soften, it will dissipate. And so will the same thing will happen with your thoughts and beliefs. It will move on through and dissipate. And then the reality of life, which is abundance, can reveal itself. You actually become able to perceive it, and your nervous system calms down, which allows you to access the creative functioning of your brain, and new possibilities can come in. So I invite you to practice that. Okay, take it into your day. Anytime that you're triggered by lack, I am willing to see and feel all of the ways that I am loved and cared for. And then it can show up in expected and unexpected ways. All right? So that is your card for today. And for those of you who have stuck around to hear a little bit more about this really cool artwork and retreats and what I mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm going to include some links. But one of the things that I wanted to share is that this entire Receive program, all of the courses that are coming out of it, the class and everything, was birthed last year in this very sort of unexpected process of teaching a 4-month program where we did a deep dive into receiving in preparation for a retreat that I co-facilitated with David Anderson called the Synergy Retreat. And the thing about receiving is it is so simple, but it isn't always easy because we're so used to over-relying on the masculine model of power, which is thinking, thinking, thinking. So we can read books, we can listen to these teachings, but until you start to practice the awareness practices and really bring it into your body, receiving can be a nice idea, but you don't get to experience the benefits of all of the things that are here for you to receive. And so that's one of the reasons I love to do retreats is it gets to be experiential. I can guide you in these processes. And the reason I love art is that art allows you to tap into this other part of yourself, okay? David is really amazing at guiding you away from analysis in your thinking mind and trying to control the process. And as you do, you get into this opportunity to surrender. Now, it can be challenging. I've had students, engage in this process and they bump up against wanting to control it, but that's the whole point, is as you surrender to the process, as you let go of control, all kinds of things happen. So it's a very experiential process. So with that, I just wanted to share that we have some ideas that we're brainstorming about for upcoming retreats. Once travel opens up in our country more and certainly in the world, retreats will be back on the calendar. But in the meantime, we've got some really cool ideas for virtual retreats. I've got some ideas for virtual workshops, and I would love to know if you'd be interested. So please comment below. I'm going to just be gathering input to see if there's an interest out there for this, and we'll keep you posted on it. And I'll have links for, if you want to learn more about David's amazing artwork, you can check out his website or Instagram. And I'll also include the book link, The Attraction Distraction. You can just find that on Amazon. So lots of resources for you to continue to tap into the natural capacity that you have to receive by unlearning struggle. I hope you have a great day. Please post your questions below. Like and share if you like this. It helps me reach the people that I'm here to serve. And I will see you tomorrow morning at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.